Gefeliciteerd.
Dank u.
Het was heel belangrijk voor je. Heb je dat gezegd in de kleedkamer tegen je spelers?
Yeah, no, for sure. I praised them. Praised them for the performance. Praised them for the win. 10 points in Champions League before Christmas is not easy. And then obviously from a personal point of view and also from David, who was here yesterday, then it was an important game for us as well. So I cannot praise the boys enough. They made my life a little bit easier today.
Well, don't praise too much. I mean, voorin loopt het heel goed, hè? Achterin, je incasseert veel tegendoelpunten, hoor.
Sometimes, yes, we do.
And national and international.
Well, yeah, we do. We already discussed it this season, that there's some goals that I think has been too easy. I think also today there's for sure some things we could and also should have done better. But I know this is also Dutch football. Eh? You like goals. You love to see a lot of goals, and then you have to praise the offensive players that they bring in the quality. But there's no doubt. I'm also an old defender, so I think it's important to get some clean sheets and to defend better in some moments that we're doing. But I think today we accept it, and then of course we look at it and look at the things we need to do better.
Misschien ja of nee. Ben je gekwalificeerd voor de knockout?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we're there yet. It's still a tough competition. We talked about it, the new format. Nobody knows. I know there's a lot of guessing. There's a lot of computers try to analyze how many points you need here and there. But we stay humble. Honestly, we stay humble. We have another game coming in January here at the Cup against a big team that we definitely would like to beat as well. So we know we need to play all the way to the last whistle in Lille, and then we'll have to see what happens. But I'm definitely proud of the team. 10 points so far in Champions League is a big achievement. And then, as you also said, we have to stay humble and we have to be ready again already on Saturday. Gedaan.
Voelt het daarom misschien wel als een gemiste kans om vandaag aan het doelsaldo te werken, zeker met die toch knullige tegendoelpunten?
Wie second?
Voelt het toch dan als een gemiste kans om aan het doelsaldo te werken, zeker gezien ook toch die knullige tegendoelpunten?
I haven't thought about it before you asked me, but of course sitting here after the game and thinking about the balance of goals, then of course it could have helped us to not concede 2 goals. But I think I'm not in a position right now where I can be critical too much, but rather enjoy the performance of the players and also enjoy the Cup today. Supporters were amazing and they definitely helped the boys. So I think I would rather today focus on a lot of the good things, and then I know there's a new day tomorrow where I for sure also will watch the game again and then be a little bit more critical maybe.
Sta je ook versteld van hoe Hadj Moussa zich spectaculair eigenlijk ontwikkelt met de 3 doelpunten in de Champions League op rij?
Yeah, big respect to him. I have to say it's top class from him. He delivered over the last weeks. So all praise to him.
Oké. Eén vraagje nog. Waar ligt het dan toch aan dat er toch fases in de wedstrijd zijn dat zij de kansen krijgen dat ze toch terugkomen in de wedstrijd? Is dat focus? Vlak voor rust, zo'n moment dat het uiteindelijk toch weer 3-1 wordt?
Yeah, well, I think there's different elements. First of all, it's still a good team we play against. Focus, maybe, yes, is one of them. And then also I think the last 10-15 minutes we had to change, and we had to change formation, put some players in positions they are not completely used to. That also has an impact. And that's definitely one of the negative things that Bartje could not play 90 minutes. Geesmaal also struggled, and that also has an impact on the less dominance in the last phase.
Dennis.
Ja. Bij de 2-0 zetten jullie meteen van de aftrap van de tegenpartij druk en na 16 seconden ligt hij er al in. Is dat dan een doelpunt waar je misschien ook door die manier, door dat druk zetten, het meest van geniet?
Yeah, no, we definitely always talk about the high pressure and the intensity in our pressure, and it wasn't available in the weekend. So I was happy to see that intensity in first half. We were quite aggressive on their half, chasing every ball, chasing every duel, trying to pick up second balls. Then it's really nice to see the ball in the net after 10 seconds.
De laatste 10, 15 minuten wissel je veel. Ook qua systeem, spelers op andere plekken. Het wordt daarna heel erg rommelig. Hoe kijk je daar nu op terug? Zou je dat achteraf weer zo hebben gedaan? Want het pakte niet heel goed uit.
But that's what I said. For sure, I would have loved to stay to the game plan we had because it was working really well. But then you end up with an injury on Geesmaal. You end up with Bart Newcoop with the cramps in the calves and not able to play on. Then you have to make some adjustments, which I would have preferred not to do. But when you got players who's not available, then you have to invent some new things. And I definitely had a feeling that with the 3 centre backs together, we should be able to deal with it. But we were not strong enough on the ball as well, and the pressure got a little bit insecure.
Ben je nog ongerust geweest in die fase? Ik zag je veel coaches ook langs de zijlijn. Even Timber apart nemen, even Milambo apart nemen. Nog ongerust geweest?
Well, I think you always have some kind of paranoia in your body when you're standing on the sideline. I think you need to look at all danger can come from anywhere. At the same time, I had a feeling we just needed to control the game again, especially on the ball. They were also a little bit more aggressive in the pressure, and I think we kicked a little bit too much, but I think it's normal when you are facing the last minutes of the game and you really want that win here at home, and then you get a little bit too passive maybe.
Dankjewel.
2 rijen naar voren. Mikos. Ja, trainer Hartsmoes, hij is natuurlijk een jongen die alles op intuïtie doet. Hè. Is het nou moeilijk voor een trainer om hem in de juiste keuzes te laten maken? Want juist zijn kracht zit natuurlijk in het feit dat hij soms dingen doet die je niet verwacht. Maar daarmee slaat hij misschien ook nog wel eens iemand over.
I think that's always the balance or the dilemma you have as a coach. That especially from my point of view, I really want to give them the freedom to get their creativity out. Especially the offensive players, they also live of creativity and freedom in the style of play. But then at the same time, it's also my job to push them on some team tactics, some discipline that you also need in their position. So it's not always just the circus, but it's also football, which is cynical and dominant in some aspects. And that's definitely some of the elements that I discussed with Hartsmusa. But yeah, you see his offensive qualities. They are really good at the moment.
Zijn defensieve arbeid is ook goed, hè?
Yeah, I think so. No, but I think he actually done it the whole season. I remember also against Leverkusen, we put him in as a wing back, and he defended up and down the line. So he's definitely taken some good steps, and then we're still trying to push him on making more and more clever decisions. But I think today was a very good game.
Thank you. Yes. We'll come back to that side. Nee, kom maar.
Als je deze wedstrijd, en dan met name de eerste helft, nou naast die van RKC legt, hè, is het dan menselijk, gezien de omstandigheden, daar spelen, hier spelen, Champions League, of is het voor jou eigenlijk onacceptabel dat het verschil zo groot kan zijn?
No, honestly, I think it's unfortunately football. It's sometimes the struggle you have as a coach and also as a team, that you don't really find that level every game, and I think it's normal.
Zo'n groot verschil toch niet?
Yeah, but I think we're not the only team that have games where it's night and day. Of course, as a coach, you prefer to have consistency in your team, and that's definitely why we train a lot. We have a lot of meetings to try to keep that level really, really high. So if you have a low, it's not really, really low, but it's just a less good performance. And I think it's unfortunately a little bit normal when it's still a new team. There's still quite a lot of substitutions in the lineups and players coming in and out, players coming back from injury, etc. Then you miss, this foundation. I think that's one of the challenges that we had. Even though, as I said, I think I can say 60 minutes was actually quite good, but then the last 30 was maybe not acceptable. Especially in the performance and in the mindset of the game.
Dus in die stabiliteit verwacht je wel verbetering na de winter vooral?
Ja, 100%.
Oké. Voordat zo'n Champions League begint, heb jij vast wel in je hoofd van december, een puntje of wat? Hoeveel lig je voor op schema? Of was dit het ook?
Honestly, I didn't. Of course, sometimes...
Elke trainer telt toch een beetje zo van...
No, I don't. No, really I don't. Because it's a waste of time. And I think I told you guys before, I got so many things in my brain that if I also have to think about what can happen in 2 weeks, or what can happen against Bayern Munich, and what can happen against Lille, then I'm finished, man. Then I'm game over. So I really stay in the present, and I really try to work with the boys on the next game, which is the most important one. I know for sure that 10 points after 6 games, that's really good for a Dutch team in Champions League. Even in a new format, I think it's a lot of points, and big praise to these players and this group to have been able to pick up these points. But we're not there yet. We still got 2 games to play and 6 points to play for in the whole Champions League. So nothing is given, and it's up to us to make sure that we do our job. First here against Bayern Munich.
Wat heeft je oude assistent gezegd tegen je?
No, not much, to be honest.
Nee?
We haven't talked that much.
Wel gefeliciteerd gewoon nog.
Of course, yeah.
Oké, dank je.
Eentje naar voren.
Ja, Brian, ik begrijp die wissels als spelers geblesseerd zijn. Maar daarna wissel je ook nog Wang, Gimenez, Moussa. Maar die waren niet geblesseerd, denk ik, of wel?
No. First of all, Santi, he's still on his way.
Coming back.
He's still coming back from the injury, and he cannot just go to 90 minutes like this. I think also you saw him a bit not struggling, but he cannot chase the whole game. So again, we knew there were some limits on him, 60 to 70 minutes. Arnis, maybe there's a new game again on Saturday and also on Tuesday. So when you got good players available from the bench as well, then you definitely have that opportunity also. And then, as I said, when you got some injuries, you suddenly have to change a bit, change formation, which is not always nice, and definitely not from where we came from, where we were really dominant, I think, in a lot of phases of the game. But suddenly I had to change 2 fullbacks, and when I look on the bench, it's not that we had a lot of fullbacks sitting out there.
Yeah, but it's, of course, some coach in Amsterdam gets criticized a lot.
Okay.
Or
I don't know what happens in Amsterdam. I don't follow these guys. So whatever you do with the coach in Amsterdam is not for me.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Eentje naar achteren en dan gaan we terug naar de andere kant. Yes, ja.
Brian, klein vraagje over het strijdplan. Je speelde met Gijs Smal veel aan de binnenkant. Kun je uitleggen waarom dat belangrijk was tegen de manier waarop zij druk willen zetten?
Yeah, it was part of the game plan to build up 3+2. We watched a lot of their games recently and knew that they would struggle with the box in the middle and definitely with the players we had available. So I think it worked out really well in the first 65 minutes until we had to change a bit. And then also it's one of Gijs's strength to work a bit on the inside and be able to be part of the build-up.
Yes.
Dankjewel.
Okay. Yes. Timur, start in the front.
Good evening, Brian. Congratulations. What would you say about Sparta? Do you think it helped you that they are maybe not in their best shape? And did you have time to talk to Lars after the game or before?
Yeah, no, I haven't talked to Lars, not yet. I don't know if it helped us that they're in a bad shape. They also won the last 2 games, and they still had quite a strong team available as well. So I would rather look at it from our point of view, and I think Feyenoord played a really good game and a really strong game, which for me is the most important thing.
Met de groene trui. Ja.
Good evening, coach. Congrats. I want to ask how you see the change of Sparta. What do you see as the most change?
Yeah, I understand your questions, but honestly, I don't think it's my job to talk too much about how Sparta looks and how they are performing. Of course, I follow them as I follow a lot of my other ex clubs, and of course I know it's been a tough period for Sparta the last maybe 2 months. Struggle with the results, some injuries, performances maybe not at the level as they want. But I know they have good players and they have good management. And sometimes as a club you end up in moments like this where you need to stick together and fight your way out of it. But what's wrong and what's not, it's really hard for me to know. I'm not there anymore.
And was something that surprised you in the game of Sparta?
No, not really. I think the analysis that we made was more or less spot on. We knew their set pieces were quite good. Long throw-ins. We knew they played really direct. A lot of long passes in behind us, long duels. Playing very direct. So I think actually that was spot on. And then, as I already talked about, I think we were able to find some good positions, especially first half. I think we really destroyed them in many aspects.
Last one. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Brian. Congratulations on the win. What did it mean to you that the fans were chanting your name after the game?
Now, honestly, unfortunately, I didn't hear it. But of course, I'm happy if they did. But I didn't hear it. But as I said, I had an amazing 2 years, 2 seasons in Sparta, and definitely with the supporters as well from Sparta. They were fantastic in Czech Republic, and they definitely treated me with a lot of respect. So yeah, of course, when I refer to one of the questions before, of course it's tough to see that they struggle and they suffer, but they do just need to stick together and work their way out of it that they've been used to.
I missed one finger.
Yep.
Colleague, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's okay. Oh,
You
you
did
did it.
We kind of agreed. No, it's okay. Yeah, you've been welcoming Luděk Ztracený. Will there be time to speak to Lars after the game or to other people as well from Sparta? Did you plan on something like that?
No, I didn't plan on anything. It also depends when they're leaving. I think I know they will stay in Rotterdam overnight. So let's see what happens. But I think mainly now I just want to go to my players and the staff also here at Feyenoord. They definitely deserve a lot of praise, and I also thank them after the game. It was really important points for us in Champions League. It was a big step for us, and then also, of course, personally for me, for David, it's a little bit more at stake than normal. So they definitely made my day a little bit better.
Did you feel a different bite? Because Gernot before you said that it meant something more to you both guys. Did you feel like that you have to get one over Sparta in this round?
Well, I definitely felt that. Yeah, it's a little bit more. Also because it's friends, it's colleagues. Over the past 2 years, we've been through a lot. Difficulties in the beginning, and then also a lot of success at the end, and then suddenly face them 5 months later is of course a little bit special. Yeah.